Yeah, so for 6 years, guys, I didn't get food stamps. I was unable to collect food stamps. I was able to get GR uh, when I was living in San Diego. And this was back in '09. I just wanted to explain you guys these little tricks, these little rules, all these little rules that they make here at the county office and even at the unemployment office. You don't even know about these rules until you try to apply for benefits, and then they hit you with all these rules. But in '09, what happened was I became homeless in 2009. I was here in LA. This is where I'm from. I'm from LA. So at the beginning, January of '09, I applied for food stamps and GR at that time. I got the food stamps, but they said you can't collect GR because I was still receiving an unemployment check. So I said, okay, fine, give me the food stamps. So I started collecting food stamps in 2009 at the beginning of it, right? 6 months went by, 6, 7 months went by. I think it was like 8 months went by. I couldn't find any work. I was constantly looking for work here in LA. I couldn't find it. I decided I was going to move to San Diego. And so I literally took my last $25 that I was receiving from my unemployment check. I took my last $25. I bought a $25 Greyhound bus ticket and I caught the bus to San Diego. And immediately, when I got this was in August. This was the same year, August of '09. Literally, as soon as I got there to San Diego that Monday morning, I went straight down to the county office and tried to transfer my food stamp benefits I was getting. And also, I was going to go ahead and sign up for my GR since my unemployment check had just ran out. I literally spent again my last $25. And so when I got to the county office there in San Diego, they said, no, you can't do it like that. That's not how we don't allow it like to do. You can't just transfer from your benefits from one county to another county. I said, oh, really? They said, yeah, no, you have to go back to LA. That's what the guy told me. He said, buy your bus ticket or whatever you got to do. Buy your $25 bus ticket. Go back to LA. You have to close out the account that you got in LA, the open account. Then buy you another $25 ticket and come back to San Diego, and then you can open up your account. Right. Well, like I told you guys, I had just spent my last $25 going down to San Diego, so I didn't have no money to get back to LA. You know, so basically, I had got stuck down there. I wasn't tripping at first. This was in '09. I wasn't really tripping because I wasn't really planning on being unemployed for very much longer. And I definitely wasn't planning on being homeless for very much longer. So my goal for going to San Diego was to look for work, not to get on not to get on the county, but to go look for work. And that's what I was doing down there. So I wasn't tripping. But eventually 5 years, 6 years went by, and I couldn't find work was the real problem. And I said, I gotta leave San Diego. The reason why I left San Diego is because not only because I couldn't find work, but because the county office down there had that rule that said you can't transfer from your benefits from one county to another. You have to close down your account in LA first. So basically, I had to go back to LA no matter what. And so they wouldn't let me collect food stamps. So for 6 years, even though I was eligible to collect food stamps and I was eligible to collect GR, I couldn't do it because of that one rule. I had left LA County and moved to San Diego County, and they wouldn't let me do it over the phone. I said, "Isn't there an 800 number or something I could do?" I said, "I'm stuck. I don't have no money. I'm here." It's like, no, you have to physically go. You have to physically go back to the very office where you opened your account and talk to your county worker face to face and stuff. You know, uh, that's the only way to do it. That's what they told me. So I couldn't collect for 6 years. So anyway, that's why I ended up coming back. Partly why I came back to LA is because I said, if I'm going to be homeless, I gotta at least be able to get food stamps like everybody else. Everybody in San Diego was getting food stamps because they were from San Diego. So I'm watching homeless people in San Diego with food stamps, and they got GR, they got all of this. I'm like, man, I'm like the only guy that they would. So I said, I got to go back to LA. If I'm going to be homeless, I got to at least be able to get my food stamps, and I got to at least be able to get my GR. So I came back. I finally got a hold of my family. They sent me some money to buy the bus ticket, and I came back to LA in 2015, July 2015. And I immediately, when I got here, the first thing I did, I went straight to the county office here in LA, the very one where I had had opened up my account, my food stamp account, back in '09, begin January of '09. I went back to that very one, and I was able to finally open up my food stamps again, and I finally was able to finally get GR for the first time. Uh, this all took place in July of 2015. So I literally only been receiving GR and food stamps basically from 2015, 2016, 2017, and July of 2018. And in July, or basically in July of this year, 2019, I had to recertify, and it'll be my 5th year. But they got these rules again, like you got to have your California ID sometimes and things like that. Now I'm already in the system here in LA, so I'm assuming that the county office is not going to give me a big deal about this because I've been uh, in the system now since 2015, so it shouldn't be a big issue. But I'm just telling you that when they steal your documents, I have seen people get denied benefits, food stamps, you know, different things like that, GR even, uh, just for simply not having documentation. So that's a big problem within the homeless community. Basically, the homeless shelters and sometimes the police department keeps stealing the documentation, the birth certificates, the California ID, the driver's license, social security card. You know, you name it. DD 214, which is a military form to prove that you was in the military, so you can get veteran benefits. That's a constant trick that these shelters play. They put all this emphasis on you got to have paperwork, you got to have your documents, you got to have your documents, you got to have your documents, right? But then when you get all your documents, they steal your documents from you. Then they make you go through this yearly or annual recertification to get your benefits again. Then they say, show us your documents again. And if you don't have it, you know, they give you a hard time about it. The library also, I want to say in closing in this video, that the library also has the same type of rule. If you don't have a picture ID, California ID, or driver's license, uh, you're unable to access a lot of the services at the library. So I see a lot of homeless people, for example, they're not able to check out a laptop computer, for example. And a lot of them don't like, a lot of them are unable to use like the desktop computer just for the simple fact that they don't have a library card. And the reason why they didn't get the library card is because they didn't have a picture ID. You have to have a California ID. You can't even have like another state ID, picture ID. You got to have a California ID, something showing that you live here in LA. And usually it's the California ID or the DMV card that they accept. Then that entitles you to get a library card. And then once you get the library card, then you can access the other services like computers, laptops, things like that, checking out books and stuff, checking out movies and stuff like that. So they put a lot of emphasis on these cards, man, but they keep stealing these cards. The shelters, the homeless shelters keep stealing them. The police department sometimes, a lot of times, be stealing and taking the homeless people's stuff. And it just makes them keep starting and make them start over and over and over again, trying to get the same documents that they've already had all the time. Uh, it just keeps them in that constant state.